The husband, taking advantage of his wife's absence from home, carried his longtime crush into the bedroom. Little did he know that his wife had already secretly installed a camera in the room. At that moment, his wife was downstairs, watching the shocking scenes on the monitor. To add a little excitement for them, she deliberately went upstairs and returned home, but she didn't expect that her husband had changed the door lock code. She immediately called her husband. At that moment, the two were sound asleep. When they received the wife's call, they were instantly scared into a cold sweat and scrambled out of bed in a hurry. The wife, on her phone, saw their panicked looks and couldn't help but laugh. After opening the door, seeing her husband covered in sweat, she deliberately asked if he was too hot. Her husband lied that the air conditioner was broken. The wife said it had just been repaired the day before, pretended to want to check, and rushed into the room. Her husband was almost scared out of his wits. As soon as the wife entered, she noticed the longtime crush hiding under the bed. She pretended not to know, and immediately called the air conditioner repairman. Her husband, in a panic, told the longtime crush to hide well. The wife deliberately called out to her husband. She said the repairman would be here soon, and she wanted to ask if the floor heating should also be checked. Her husband, sweating profusely, said it wasn't necessary. The wife said she would check it herself to see if the floor heating was broken. The longtime crush under the bed was so scared that she immediately covered her mouth and didn't even dare to breathe. After a while, the wife pretended to go pick up the child and left. The longtime crush immediately crawled out from under the bed. The two secretly rejoiced that they hadn't been found, little knowing that the wife already knew everything. It turned out that the woman was once a top lawyer. She met the man 5 years ago and chose to focus on her family. However, not long ago, the woman's former partner suddenly found her, saying he must ask her for a favor. He had a distant cousin whose friend's wife was lazy and idle and also addicted to gambling. He hoped to ask the woman to handle a divorce case to save his cousin's friend, but what the distant cousin didn't know was that the woman, who didn't want to appear on camera, was exactly the vicious woman she was talking about. Since the two wanted to hire a divorce lawyer, the furious woman immediately agreed to their request. They would never know what kind of methods the once famous top lawyer in the industry would use to deal with the betrayal. When the woman returned home at night, her husband, following the instructions he had given him during the day, took out a house purchase contract and asked her to sign it. He said the current house was too small and he planned to sell it to buy a larger one. While her husband was texting his longtime crush, she immediately signed it. Her husband didn't know that the woman already knew everything, so he didn't look closely at the signature, which would give him a big surprise later. Then the woman installed a camera in the room, which led to what had just happened. In the blink of an eye, it was time for the court session, but the lawyer hired by the man hadn't arrived yet, which made the judge start urging the man. The man immediately sent a message to his lawyer, only to receive a reply saying, "I'm right across from you."